Okay, okay. Now let's just hop into it. Welcome back to Gay Time. Today we have a special guest. This is my friend Tomas.
Hello. I forgot that this was called Gay Time.
Sorry, my bad.
Yeah. All
Well,
right, that stings.
uh,
Okay,
fun
it's
fact,
all right.
one time I visited my sister and I was exclusively telling her stories that involved women. And she was like, "Why don't you ever have you telling me stories of like your friends, like your guy friends?" And I was like, "We have this thing called Gay Time," and then she started dying laughing, and I'm like, "And this is why I don't say anything." It's a guy story, though something you're not going to enjoy as much.
Well, her reaction was mild, so
Yeah. Um, Anywho, so before we hop into today's topic, I want to just go through the preliminary question. Also, if I sound kind of out of it, I am a little tired and I just woke up. So Tomas is calling me from New York, so he's 3 hours ahead. So for
yeah.
him,
So I feel fine.
yeah, Tomas is for him it's like 12 o'clock. Me, it's like 9, but I was up pretty late last night. But yeah, to start off, Tomas, do you remember how we met?
Yeah. I do. It was painful.
Okay, let's.
Um, no. So it was really interesting because we all met basically at the same time. So we were put in the same room for college for freshman year, and then we all met when we were moving in, with the exception of Jude and I, who had already known each other.
I see, I see. Um, yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, we had like kind of two meetings. We met over a Zoom call, which kind of gave us the wrong impression of everybody. Then we met
Yeah,
in
that was
person.
terrible.
Oh my gosh.
I really was like,
Yeah,
that guy was just unremarkable.
yeah. For context, I was trying to be quiet because I was doing the Zoom call in the back of my mom's Catholic shop. Joe, I'm pretty sure, was just walking in the woods somewhere. And then you and Tomas were the two guys like taking it genuinely seriously and like actually just sitting down.
And we were like together. So I'm
Um,
gonna just because it's called gay time, I'm gonna clarify. When I say together, I just mean we were in like geographical proximity,
I
not as a relational status.
was talking to someone the other day, and I was like, I asked my sister about movie suggestions, and she gave me this one movie and said like, "Oh, it's a thinker." Then I asked her husband, and they were separated. And I paused for a bit. Not separated as in like they're not together anymore, like separated in like different locations, like they were in two separate locations.
Yep.
Um, but no, that's pretty much how we went. We were roommates, as they say. Uh,
Yeah.
but that's pretty
I mean,
much
it
it.
was. It sounds plain, but it was. I'm eating, by the way.
Yeah,
So that might bother some people, but basically, it was interesting because we all got along instantly.
yeah.
Uh, which I've come to find is unusual.
No,
Um,
it is kind of
so
weird. Oh, sorry, you can go.
yeah, you could go.
No, yeah,
It was weird.
it is kind of weird because I've been moving around apartments a little bit, and it's like weird how like just oddly fast we like met each other and immediately just all clicked together.
I love this guy.
No, it's
Hey, you look like a guy that I could uh sleep in the same room with, get groceries with, go to class with, and work on creative projects with. This is great.
this is perfect
We
actually.
will never get sick of each other. Let's
And
go to Rome. Let's
that that sounds like
that's
a
that's that's exactly what happened. That's
verbatim.
the
That's the
best description I
timeline.
think we've ever articulated.
Oh my gosh. He spared no details. But that's kind of the topic I wanted to jump into today. Kind of about like relationships and how they form and how like they're kind of weird when you think about it, especially with people like you shouldn't click with on like all fronts.
Yeah.
Um, but also I haven't had Jude on here yet, but to give context about Jude, me and him had a funny relationship because we were very similar, but just slightly different enough in some categories. And we described it. I'm pretty sure you gave us a suggestion. We described it as the same shop, but in different towns.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
so
think I suggested that, but I remember you guys talking about that.
yeah, because it's just like we're doing the same stuff, just like first of all, just like it's just like for different reasons, and we have like different like ways we should do it.
You're appealing to different people. It's
Yeah, yeah, it was just so funny because I was like, why aren't we the exact same?
I think was it Jude who said that or you?
No, my original version was same book, different pages. And then someone took that and said, no, it's more like this. And I like the store version way better because it makes
Yeah, yeah. The
way more
store
sense.
version, the store version is actually pretty good.
Um, but yeah, we're just gonna hop into some questions I had prepared. And yeah, let's jump in. Like, what is a person that you know that you feel like on all accounts you shouldn't be friends with them, but like for some reason it just like kind of walks out?
Ooh, dude, I know that we asked these questions beforehand, and I realized I just didn't answer them. All right.
Yeah.
Uh, let me think.
Um.
Hmm. I think, well,
Mhm.
you're probably one of the more surprising ones.
Oh,
You're
really?
up there. Yeah. Like just on paper, uh, you know,
Hmm.
black. So that was already like you're
Well.
working against the grain. Uh, um, I feel like there's somebody that I don't. No, I think actually Jude. Jude
Hmm.
is actually unlikely. Like obviously there's an explanation because it happened, but
Yeah, yeah.
um, the fact that we became friends in grade school
Hmm.
uh, is kind of surprising because I was really into sports. He was a weird, secluded, chubby, worthless little fat kid who, no, I'm just kidding. He was great, but he was just like an artist, and uh, yeah, so we didn't actually have anything in common, especially because I was just so focused on sports at that time.
Hmm.
But so it was just kind of surprising that we became friends. Really, what we bonded over is that we both got sent outside every day. Uh, and then also, because he didn't care about sports, there was never any competition between us. So it just kind of worked out.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. No, I have
Yeah.
a similar friend also from middle. For some reason, I think middle school friends are different because, like, first of all, if they survived this long, it's kind of like I feel like they know you way too well.
Yeah.
But I have this one friend. Yeah, I'll just like, yeah, her name. I'll make up a name. Well, her name's like I don't know, Macy or something.
Okay.
But I've known her since middle school, and the older we get, the more I'm just like, wait, why? How did this happen again? Because first of all, I'm just gonna say like list everything we like don't agree on. Uh, so she's by like very like not I think very against the Catholic Church, and has like the complete opposite political views as I do. But for some
Oh,
reason, we just meet up like every break, and we're like, "So what happened at your school?" And it's like, "Well, this thing happened. How about you?" Like, "Well, this stuff happened," and we'll just randomly call each other and be like, ask the dumbest. She asked me one time, "Would you rather take on um one older version of yourself, or like would you rather fight the older version of you or the younger version of you? But like, sorry, five younger versions of you or one older version of you?" And I was like, probably the five younger versions of me. And she's like, that doesn't make any sense. There's more of them. And I'm like, but they're uncoordinated. They're like little kids.
well, how
Um,
young are we talking?
yeah, I think she said middle school age. And I'm like, no, I would be too. I think my thing was I would be too unconfident in middle school to like walk
Be
as a team with the.
confrontational.
You'd put that to be confrontational, but also like there'd be like four others, Matthew. So I'm like, oh no, they got it. I'll just stand back.
Huh.
Um, but no, yeah, it is kind of weird. Just I called her actually the other day to like because I was like brought this up. I was like, "Why are you friends?" And she's like, "I just enjoy talking to you." And I'm just like, "I just enjoy talking to you too." And then she's like, "Yeah, so that's why we're still doing this." And I'm like, "That makes sense." Um,
Well, that's lovely.
yeah, it's very delightful.
Can't say that about Jude. Uh,
I hate the guy.
don't even like him that much. He's
Yeah, it's more of like a comfort thing. Like, I'll call Jude, I guess.
it's more like just like you just had him around for so long. It's like there's just so many implications to getting rid of him.
Hmm.
Like like a an ugly piece of furniture, you just don't want to like deal with it, and you're kind of used to it. You
Like,
know?
would the room look better? Yeah, but like, no one's coming over for a while. You're fine.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Also, just like I don't know, it just gives you a piece to like think about a worse time of your life and how far you've come. In all seriousness, though, Jude is a great friend, and I love him dearly. But it's also very fun to talk about him like that.
No, yeah, I see what you mean. I see what you mean. What was I think yeah, I think Mo is the best example of that. Like you said, it's kind of like I kind of agreed with you, I think, to an extent where like we are very like we agree on like some most things. I'm always like down to like do a bit and stuff like that. But our relationship is like it's like kind of like one there's like a one core principle of like no, I do the exact opposite of that, but like for some reason it still works.
Yeah, there's a lot of similarities, but there's some differences that you would make you think that we would be very dysfunctional when hanging out together. Like, I think the agreeableness is definitely one of the major things.
I'm gonna bring up the bar story really quick, mainly because I want to have it on recording because I think it's a fun story.
Okay.
But one time in Rome, me and Tomas were like chilling at a bar, and neither of us were like it was like one of those party bars. So
Yeah.
our friends were dancing. I wasn't really in the mood to dance, and then I think you were dating at the time, so you didn't want to like
Yeah.
get involved. So we were just sitting there and chilling. We got on the topic of like, why are we friends? And there was, you can correct me like if I'm like paraphrasing or saying it wrong, but the one thing that stuck with me was the fact that we were going over everything we disagree about, and one of us said like, okay, I get it now. We're kind of just waiting to see who's like living life correctly, so we can look back and just be like, oh, I was doing it right. That was the problem.
Yeah, like we have we had very different, I don't know exactly how to describe it, but I think it's mostly like the confrontational thing
Hmm.
and or agreeable thing. And every time your agreeableness didn't work out, I'd be like, yeah, so it's good to, have some measure of disagreeableness. And then anytime being disagreeable didn't work out for me, you would note as, okay, so it's good to be agreeable.
Yeah.
So,
For some reason we thought it was like cut and dry, like, oh no, one side's clearly correct. But
yeah,
yeah, sometimes
it's,
someone doesn't.
you got to err on one side a little bit,
Yeah, yeah.
and I'll
Um,
take whatever victory I can because I'm petty.
that's just how it works.
You know,
Um, but I'm ready to hop to the next question if you are. Or did you want to add on something?
I'm ready to hop on to the next question.
I love this question so much. Can guys and girls be friends?
Ah, all right. There's a there's a lot of things going on with this question.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's possible,
Mm-hmm.
not in the same way that two guys are friends.
Yeah, okay, that's what. Yeah.
Um, okay, but that's not really what's going on. No one actually has a question about that.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, usually like the people that are like ardent advocates for guys being able to be friends with girls,
Mm-hmm.
they tend to have like three things in common. Uh, they have a bad history with women or just not a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and in a romantic way, they still presently lack the romantic skill, and uh, I don't actually have a third one, but they definitely have those two things in common.
I think
Uh,
the third one could just be like they also um kind of lack the skill to talk to guys well.
that's also true.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's really why it's frustrating because the people that are defending it, they're not defending it for good reasons.
Yeah.
Uh, so it's already kind of a weird situation. You always have to bear in mind that there's like a potential for feelings to develop,
Mm-hmm.
which is something you don't have to worry about when it's two guys.
Yeah.
Uh, and things are especially likely to develop. Feelings are especially likely to develop when you have like any form of intimacy, including just talking about yourself in an intimate way or spending lots of time together. So usually what happens is that there's like degrees of separation. So like you could be friends with a girl, but it's like that's your friend's girlfriend, or that's your like sister's friend, or that's like your brother's girlfriend, like anything as
Mm-hmm.
long as it's not just we're friends.
Yeah. There's like a
Um,
level of separation.
yeah, because you know, the sex thing is always going to get in the way.
Okay. I was like, just one of us to quote Harry Met Sally.
Yeah, just waiting, just
Yeah.
waiting.
And there it is. We reached the quota. We're good.
I
Um,
mean, it's exaggerated in that movie, but it's like
it's
as a
kind of
general rule of thumb, it's totally functional.
yeah.
Okay, and going the other way is usually a track to being an incel. So
Yeah.
pick your poison. Also, supposedly, if we want to take that character's word for it, he was doing well in the sexual market. So
He was. Um, Kevin had
against
like
the
a really
odds,
different movie if they like genuinely showed everyone. They're like, okay, so let's get this apart to like they trust the audience. They know if he said that he did it.
yeah, we never. I doubt it still a little bit. Like, I don't really though.
Really, I think
Billy
it's
Crystal.
insane.
I mean, he's funny, but he like look at him.
I forgot his first name is Billy, so you're like Billy. Come on, really?
Billy, even you as a famous person do not have as much success with women as your character did in that movie. Let's be real.
This might be a little bit of a side tangent, but I want to be in the office where they're like, we need an attractive guy who sleeps around a lot, and one guy raised his hand, Billy Crystal, and everyone's like, yes.
That is perfect. Oh my gosh, so dreamy.
Yes, just shred all the paper, all the other attractive actors.
Yeah.
We found our guy.
I don't. Who were the attractive ones at that time? I think every. Hold on, wait. Let's see. What other actors were alive with Billy? I think Billy Crystal is still alive, right?
No, he's still chilling.
Martin Short, Larry David. Okay, well that's not a good example.
Sorry, you need to list and like also look, are these people even attractive?
John Goodman. No. All right, so maybe he was
Billy Crystal was
actually
our best option.
the top 1% of this time,
Oh,
according to the AI generated water dumping answer.
got it, got it.
Uh, yeah, man, this was looking rough. Uh,
It makes it so much funny.
well, good for him. All right,
Didn't they have?
he was
Okay,
born at the right time. That lucky bastard.
I think. Well, he was alive during the. How old was Billy Crystal when Princess Bride was made? Because that one Prince guy, he was kind of attractive.
It was 1988. No, come on, that can't be right. 1988 actors, male, hot. Hottest men of the 80s and 90s. Okay, now we're talking.
Now we get.
Brad Pitt, John Stamos, I guess Mark Wahlberg, Johnny Depp, literally everybody just at their prime.
Yeah.
George Clooney, Harrison Ford. No way. Mark. I mean, Mark Hamill. I don't know. Kevin Bacon. This is gay time for real. I'm realizing.
No, yeah, we're just. Someone's like, oh, it's about
uh,
relationships. Halfway through, just listing a men we find attractive.
these are men. These men are objectively attractive. Colin Farrell.
Okay, okay.
Just anybody but
Billy, yeah,
Billy Crystal is
they had to be friends or
especially with
something.
that actress. Like that's just
She's a good-looking actress too. That's the best
yeah.
part.
Like it's just I would be. Let's put it this way: if I saw those two walking on the street and I knew that they were together, I would be angry. I'd be like, "That's just what are you doing? How did you do it?" And I'm upset that you did succeed. Just
Mhm.
whatever. I
I
want to be happy.
this wasn't one of the questions, but that does happen a lot. Where you'll see like a couple together, and you're like, "What? He has to be funny, right? That has to be his
What did
main."
he say?
What
What
did
did he
he? Yeah,
say? How much does he make? What's in
child,
those pants?
yeah,
Anything
childhood friends,
except
right?
love. Yeah, child. Anything.
Anything. Um,
Maybe he casted a spell.
instantly assume he used black magic.
Yeah. He definitely used black magic. That's
Um, but
you should look. It's good to like to like excel in a social hierarchy, but like you shouldn't excel so much that it makes people angry.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like that's disordered. You should stay in your lane a little bit. That's what I'm saying.
Well, speaking of attractive people, before we hop back into the question we asked, do you remember we had one time me and Tomas had a business class, and we were in the back of the class. No one really talked that much because like it was business and it was 8 a.m. But
Oh yeah, that was a crazy class.
that was not a fun class. We were taught some the teacher was talking, and she was like, "I'm sorry, guys. It like I don't. It pains me to say this, but like you can be as qualified as you want, but if someone's more attractive than you, they're more likely to get the job. Like it sucks, but more attractive people are more successful in this world." And then the class is
Yeah.
dead quiet. You just hear me and Tomas high five in the back.
We did that?
We go like she said that, me and Amelia just like high five to like back in the back.
Oh my gosh. Dude, no
Um,
wonder why people hated me. Okay. That's not, you know what? That's
uh, okay, okay.
okay.
Back to the. I
Well,
love
that's classic. That's great. I'm happy we did that.
I love every gay time because there's a part where we like just get off topic and we just go down random rabbit holes. But to back to my point of the view, yeah, back to the topic. I feel like yeah, like you said, men and women can be friends to an extent. We all know that. Um, but like I feel like some people like want to know this answer because I think you really hit the nail on the head. Like just the lack of emotion, like relationship confidence. There's a weird fear that like, oh, if like I pursue her, it'll ruin the relationship. And I'm like, but if
Yeah,
you're thinking about pursuing her, the relationship's already kind of ruined. There's no like
yeah,
friends.
because it's not really actually founded on like clear communication already.
Yeah,
And like there's like this part that you kind of want to believe that you can be friends in an intimate way without romantic feelings because
mm,
that's you kind of unconsciously believe is as close as you're going to get. And you know, it just makes everyone uncomfortable. Everybody knows it. No one's allowed to say it out loud. And then
yeah,
you just kind of got to sit there and you're like, you're making things worse for yourself and for me, which is the part that actually angers me. Because like, what are you going to do? People are talking about that, and you're just going to be like, this guy clearly is in love with you. And that just
and I'm like,
ruin everybody's night.
yeah, no, we're just friends. He got it was an Uber just with you two. He said he's a nice guy.
Jacob, Jacob, just tell her, please. I can't
This
see it anymore.
I can't keep doing this. Oh
It's
my gosh.
killing me.
Um,
Just try to kiss or do something.
just make a move.
Throw a Hail Mary, man. I know it's.
Anything. I feel like it's funny looking from like a guy's perspective, but I feel like we got like a woman's point of view. They would just be like, I don't even know what their side. That must be. I think it's worse from the woman's point of view, because like,
Yeah. Well, women just don't even know that how, I guess, sexually oriented men are. I guess. Because they keep thinking that they only want to be friends with them. It's like, that's just. I've never seen that happen
like,
for more than like 3 weeks. There's always that hope. It's also like if they're not interested in you,
hmm
it's this is gonna be crude. If they're not interested in you for a relationship, it's not because they wouldn't go,
yeah,
they wouldn't ever do it. It's just because they want something better. So it's just like
yeah.
it's there. You're not gonna tell me the sex thing isn't there,
I feel
but
like
people often do.
hey, people often like overlook it. It's like he's different. This guy's he's my yeah. I do.
Also, like, why would you want to be friends? Like, how is that not emasculating yourself? Like, substantially. Like,
It,
implicitly, that indicates to everybody else that you're somebody that they don't need to commit to romantically, which is their actual way of showing that they care and value you. So it's like just a crazy position.
yeah. It's also weird
Like,
because I feel like I mean, it's kind of like a more of like a darker way to look at it. Not like super dark, but like I do feel like some people like do like be in these relationships or like no, we're just friends, stuff like that, purely because they can have like pretty much all the benefits of having a girlfriend without the like of the emotion, like pretty much like the commitment aspect.
yeah,
Because some people just lie themselves like, no, we're just friends, but we just like kind of go out late at night, talk about like all our baggage, like get dinner and stuff like that. Because like friend stuff. And it's like no, you clearly
no,
you clearly just
no.
doing this, and then also being able to like have like a backdoor exit, being like, whoa, 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 we're just friends. We can do all the fun stuff, but not any of the stuff that like comes with it.
Yeah, that's perverted.
Yeah,
Uh, that is
I'm not saying everyone
if
does.
you
I'm saying there is like
if you yeah, if you feel like you have to unload a bunch of personal problems on a girl, why does it have to be a girl?
this loops back to the people that are just like, I'm uncomfortable talking to guys about this, so I'm gonna go talk to Stacy.
And your mom, there's so many, your sisters, anybody else except this poor lovely girl, like who's just gonna take it
Yeah,
for the team.
because she's
Just
trying to be nice. She's like, I'm gonna help.
yeah. Oh, I get a weird gratification out of pitying people. I don't
Yeah.
know.
This is a
Now,
very negative. We on this topic make a Harry Sally joke and then just immediately just be like, this is stupid and this is dumb.
okay, well, there is an upside, not
Yeah.
on the practicing being friends with
hmm
girls in an intimate way and platonically. There is an upside, which is that I don't think anybody actually believes they can be.
Yeah,
Um, I just think, they're all lying to themselves. So that's an upside. Uh,
they all know that's the upside.
yeah. Um, so that's an upside.
Anyway, to kind of wrap up that topic, yeah, like we said in the beginning, they could be friends to an extent, and you have to kind of be like wary of like, okay, we're clearly more than friends right now
Also, like, romance is good. Like, I don't know why you're trying to sidestep it.
because it's scary.
Um, and
That,
like, it should be something that you prioritize very highly,
hmm
considering that's how the whole civilization is founded. And if you're dedicating more time to this girl that you don't have plans on engaging in a sexual relationship with than you do with girls that you do plan on having a sexual relationship with, you're disordered, you're setting up your life for failure, you're weird, you suck,
Okay,
the list goes on.
someone's gonna listen to this podcast and feel personally attacked, and I'm gonna be like, dude, we didn't. You,
I'm not even talking about that.
oh my
Actually,
gosh,
I don't have anybody specific in mind. You
yeah.
see a couple of these creepers walking around on the street too in New York.
So,
You're like, I know what you're up to, man.
I see
It
you.
doesn't take it doesn't take a long time to see. I could feel it in the air before I
Yeah,
even saw you.
I see through your ruse. Uh,
Everybody sees through your ruse. I think she does. She just doesn't want to admit it to herself.
uh, personal honesty is very weird in relationships where you're just like, where you have to kind of sit there because there are some relationships you're in where you're just like, I'm not enjoying this. I'm just here because like it's kind of comforting in a way. Like,
Yes.
yeah, I
Or if
don't.
they ask those questions
Hmm.
as well, sorry to cut you off, but
Yeah,
if they
you
ask
do.
those questions that are like, would you still love me if I were a bug? Just no, definitely not.
Yeah,
I wouldn't even. I would probably, if I saw you and you're in my house and you were a bug, I'd probably try to kill you.
yeah, because that's how it works.
I've never met anybody that genuinely asked those questions, but even the thought of like making somebody suffer through answering hypothetical questions like that,
Yeah,
like it's, I don't even want to think about
I think I've said everything I want to say on this topic. I think we're ready to move on to the last one. If you are,
it. Okay.
we got really heated.
They, it's just, it's not good.
Yeah,
I'm not saying that those relationships can't be fruitful if you set boundaries.
yeah, one
I'm
hundred
just
percent.
saying,
I think the
I'm
problem is
just
most people
saying,
don't set boundaries. They're just like, this is fine. I'm like,
yeah,
no.
they don't set boundaries and also they don't prioritize the better half enough.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay. And it's because of this weird Manichaean Puritanism that's like, yeah, and it's not, it's a, if
well,
you're listening to this and you strongly disagree, uh, it, nah, that doesn't exist. You don't. Just think about it more.
I can't wait for this to like have like the insane comments and you just like arguing on everyone like you're wrong because of A, B, and C.
I'm just gonna self-reflect a little bit,
Yeah,
okay?
that's
Be real with yourself. Be
uh,
real with yourself.
also before we move on. What was that? So you said award and I didn't know what you meant. What was the what you said? Puritanism? The like something Puritanism?
Puritanism, like puritanical, like the idea that, okay, like scripture says, like,
Hmm.
uh, everything that God made is good,
Hmm.
sex is good. You just have to be temperate,
I see. I see. Okay.
basically. And Puritanism is the body is evil and the spirit is the only good thing.
Oh, okay. That belief. Yeah. Okay.
But the body is good
Yeah.
as well.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Just double check. You said that, and I
St.
was.
Thomas says sex is a surpassing good.
You said that so
So
loud.
and
Hmm.
he was a virgin. So
So he.
like this guy could say sex is a surpassing good and scare off a prostitute with a torch. Okay, be integrated with your ideas about this topic. Okay, you can't have like those weird feelings about it and then also pretend to be holy. Like it's just not that's not possible. You're just afraid.
You just.
Anyways,
You got it all out. You.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. What's the last question? Uh. Oh. uh, Weird ideas about relationships. Oh my gosh.
uh, okay, yeah.
This
Um,
I think this one's gonna be a little bit lighter. But I actually don't know about but the last one's gonna be light.
I thought these were all gonna be light. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I guess I just walk around with a deeply unaddressed anger all the time.
I'll go first on this topic. I do I find a few things like weird ideas about relationships is like okay, for first of all, coming from a Catholic school, I feel like everyone has like the weird idea that like now that I'm in college that I have to find a wife or I have to find a
Oh
husband,
yeah.
which is like first of all very upsetting because then people kind of just like rush into things they're not ready for or like need like more time to like kind of grow. No, yeah, but for some reason you also get like a lot of pressure. I remember being here for the first week and like everyone's first question was like, "How's school?" And I was like, "Oh, it's good." And the second question was like, "Any goals?" And I'm like, "Okay, literally, I just showed up here, so we really got to stop doing that."
I
Uh,
think
hmm
I agree. I think that it is like there's this false pressure that people put on themselves just because of the college like threshold.
hmm
At the same time, like I could see why that question might be the minimum, like I guess too forward, but like
hmm
I do think it should be prioritized and it should be valued that highly. I just don't. I would have preferred that there's more subtlety about it and it wouldn't have to be said out loud
Yeah.
because that's just usually an indication that we have enough systems and institutions in place that allow for people to flirt and talk with plausible deniability about like romantic feelings, but we don't have any of that. So now everything's just heavy-handed and artless. Um, so it kind of sucks, but
Yeah.
it's fine, I think, to like have for it to preoccupy you that
hmm
much. But it's just a bad time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's looking rough out there when you look at the stat.
It is not a
I think
good.
I read 58% of relationships started online. That's not good.
That's
That's not good. That's not.
especially
First of all, how?
yeah. Second of all, started. How many like are still going good?
Yeah, started and what? Who are these people?
Yeah.
Like these are.
I I need to meet
I
these
don't.
guys.
I don't see them. I don't hear about them. So that means they're lying about it. Which, if the way you met somebody is something you hold a deep shame about, like maybe that's not a good person to be with.
Yeah. That
they
was
they didn't meet you at your best. Uh, yeah, yeah.
There's some fun love stories. Like there's one story that got passed around where someone like put a bulletin, something in the bulletin being like, "I'm looking for a wife," and then like the next week, some girl just they met up and got married.
Well, that's love.
Yeah, that's just love right there. Um,
Trying the direct approach,
yeah,
it'll work.
it works most times. But what another thing I'm trying to go for like a random laundry list. Uh, I feel like some people, first of all, I despise the whole like divine intervention aspect where some people are just like, I'm waiting for God to give me a sign. Or like, oh, God gave me a sign, we should break up and that kind of stuff. When I'm like, no, he did not. Unless this person's
Uh,
like unless I feel like unless this person's like a serial killer, God did not come down and was just like, end this. This guy needs to go.
that is I hate that. Um,
I can
so
I can have to edit this because so many just clips of just like dead silence, of you being like,
okay,
no.
I didn't write this, but
Okay.
I read it and it's relevant.
Okay.
Okay, that there should be a few people, close friends of God, who seem to live by instinct and bypass calculation is well enough. Even the common run of us may experience now and again a flash of intuition which seemed akin to inspiration. But when a whole sect aspires to be spoon-fed with providential guidance, such as makes all deliberation, all effort of decision henceforth unnecessary, there is ground for misgiving. Our mental powers are also from God. To write these off as hopelessly corrupted by the fall is an extravagance quite unwarranted by the Christian tradition. To live by and for a series of supposedly divine communications is too commonly to cultivate an unhealthy state of mind, a bit of portents and ill protected from the inroads of superstition.
That sums it up.
Yeah, fuck, so that's stupid.
Yeah.
Stop. Stop. It, no one, it's, okay, it's never been a Catholic belief.
Mhm.
You're commandeering Catholic ideas and subjecting them to this stupid, superstitious belief that's really prompted by anxiety and fear, and you're doing it all in the name of virtue and shaming everybody else because it's terrible. It it makes me sad, and it gives me so much. I struggle to sleep at night. Like sometimes I do wake up like, oh, that was who thinks that? Like, how did that happen? Um, that's not even an exaggeration. I think things like that kind of happen actually.
Mm.
But I think um, yeah, it's not good. Usually it's called discernment.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and that's probably the one that it irritates me the most. Because it's just so evil. Uh, like the main thing is this: prudence is one of the cardinal virtues.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and you know what? There is probably something else that I could read about this.
Uh,
Hold on.
you want
Give
to
me a sec.
can you give just who you quoting really quick before we continue?
Okay, so the last one was Ronald, or
Mm-hmm.
Reverend Ronald A. Knox, in the
Okay.
book Enthusiasm, a chapter in the history of religion. This next one is Joseph Pieper. It's a ditty from Joseph Pieper. Okay, I'm just going to read this, and you can do with it what you will.
Got it.
Uh, at this point, the element of uncertainty and risk in every moral decision comes to light. And the decisions of prudence, which by the very nature of prudence are concerned with things concrete, contingent, and future, there cannot be that certainty which is possible in a theoretical conclusion. This is what the causes fail to understand. But since prudence is after all an intellectual virtue, shall we not also ascribe to its decision the certitude of truth? To this suggestion, Thomas Aquinas responds, the certitude of prudence cannot be so great as completely to remove all anxiety. The prudent man does not expect certainty where it cannot exist, nor on the other hand does he deceive himself by false certainties.
Hmm.
Think about it. All right. Is it a good idea? Yes or no? Do I like this person? Do I want to do this? Am I disposed to it in such a way that I'm actually wanting the right thing? Just think about it. It's not, you don't have to look for a bunch of divine signs. That's ridiculous. No one says that. Like just, is it a good decision? That's all that you're doing. And also the other aspect of it is that you actually have to make a commitment. Otherwise, it's just not prudence. And that's the whole point. Why would you even want to build a relationship on certainty? The whole grounds of a relationship are commitment. It's a commitment. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
Really, what's going on is there's a bunch of people running around and speaking too soon who are just they're just afraid of making the wrong decision, but they don't actually care about making the good one.
Mm.
It's just address the things that you're afraid of, write down your anxieties about it, look at the things you're uncertain about, and that's all you got to do.
And you'll be good, bud.
You'll be fine. Pray about it like 3 times max. Okay? Like max. Like it would actually probably be a good idea as just a prescription, not necessarily as an ideal, to cut it off at 3, just because of the illness that is totally infecting the age. It's terrible. Whoever started that,
What?
there better be repercussions, that idea.
He better have gotten like divinely punished for what he did.
Or something.
Like, what are your takes about this question? Let me word it properly. Weird ideas around relationships. Also, it doesn't have to be romantic. This can just be like any relationship.
A main takeaway is that you should never marry anybody because you're certain it's the right decision.
Mm-hmm.
You should only marry somebody with conviction and with commitment. These are the only grounds of doing it because it's a relationship. Okay, and it's faith, which is the same thing that your relationship with God is predicated on. There's no certainty about any of it. Anyways, that would probably be that for that one. Yeah, I think that pretty much covers it.
Yeah.
I'm also like a very chill guy if it's not coming off.
No, yeah, this is a bad representation of Tomas.
It's very chill, just a great guy to be around, really. Lighthearted, never judges anybody. These are the ways that people describe me. So
yeah, I think Tomas was in the running for least judgmental guy on the planet, but
actually, yeah,
twice.
Just
twice. Okay, I guess I'll bring up this idea. What's your opinion on like people saying like what's your opinion on like the Spock people talk about when you like meet someone?
Well, that's fun. Um, I mean, I think those things obviously do happen.
Hmm.
I think the trouble is that a lot of people refer to different things, under the same name, which is the spark.
Hmm.
So I think sometimes there is like just a general, like a genuine. I think sometimes there's a lot of projection going on, and
Hmm.
it feels the same as a spark. Uh, so there is that, but I do think that there is actual chemistry
Hmm.
at times. But I think it is also at the same time overvalued.
Got it. Got it.
Um, so like I think what happens a lot of times is that uh, people disregard relationships that don't start with that kind of chemistry or with some sort of meet cute or some like exceptional beginning, because they're just like romantic ideals and stuff.
Hmm.
And that comes at the expense of perfectly happy and perfectly loving relationships that could just be started with uh, like really just physical attraction if it's romantic, and uh, like sincerity and genuine concern for the other person. So definitely overvalued, definitely great and a thrill when it happens, but definitely overvalued.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. I kind of agree with you like on all that front. So yeah, I think people do overvalue it. They're like, oh, I didn't feel a spark. This isn't gonna go anywhere. But at the same time, like the spark is such a different thing for like everybody.
Yeah, give
I
it a
mean,
sec. Give it
yeah,
a
give it a
sec.
minute. Just it
Like if
was
you don't like the person, that's one thing, but
yeah. Yeah. If you
that's
like
it.
genuinely enjoy being around the person, but you're like, I'm just not feeling it. It's like okay, just give it a week. Just
Yeah. Okay. Just give it a week, and also remember, there's not a lot of fish in the sea.
okay.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So with Tomas being
with that,
with Tomas
with
being the
that,
most
let's end it.
least judgmental person, he's also the most like pessimistic. He won that award last year, actually.
there's there's max three people that you have a genuine relationship with.
Oh my gosh.
Like there's no way you're doing. That's max.
Yeah.
There's no way. Like you can't even do that, and it's not because there isn't theoretically more people that you would be compatible with. It's because just humanly, there's no way you would have like the emotional endurance to be in intimate relationships with more than three people. And if you do, it's gonna like if you get to four, the other three were at the detriment of this fourth one. So it's just not a good route. You got three. You got three ones to invest in. That's max. All right. With
Amen.
that though, I think we're
Amen,
good.
brother. Amen. Anywho, okay. Well, uh, thank you so much for coming, Tomas. It's been a pleasure. Any closing thoughts, or you okay if we just end it?
um, let's see.
Actually, let me rephrase that. I'm very scared of your closing thoughts. Let's keep it upbeat.
I think also just to be clear, I will keep it upbeat. I did have coffee while talking, so
Okay, that explains it.
um,
Me and Tomas are coming from two different
yeah,
sides. I just woke up. He just had coffee. But
yes.
I cannot wait for people's take on this.
Hold up, wait. Give me a sec. I'm sure there's something I could just pull out of my ass that could end it on an uplifting note. I think.
Okay.
I hope. Maybe not. I don't think I have the. Yeah, no. Let's just end it in this awkward way. I think that's fine.
Okay. Well, thanks for coming on, Tomas.